The SBC, it's a cast of my design. Each Robbie G laid carefully, each ding-dong speaks in scattered lines. Come in, Family Guy dog is Brian. I am the storyteller, get used to this podcast of mine.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the SBC podcast. Today we have a special episode. We have an ensemble of usuals that we've had on the cast before, but we have a special guest that we're going to be talking to today. Adam Hendrickson from
That's
the
me.
Adam Hendrickson Show.
That's me. You said my name. That's my
Yep.
cue.
He's on the
Hello,
show.
everybody. My name is Adam Hendrickson, and I am doing this really weird thing where I'm making a cartoon show about my life. That's the basics.
Yeah. Before we start going in depth, let's have everyone else introduce themselves.
Okay, hi, I'm Ding Dong Fan 53, and the first thing I'd like to say is this is the show. It's a story I've designed.
Ooh, right on.
Ooh, kill him.
Ooh,
Kill him. Adam, thank you for coming on, dude. I'm so excited to do this episode. I've
I'm
been
excited to be here, dude.
for a while.
Thank you so much for having me. This is incredible.
No problem. Have you ever done a podcast before or anything like that?
Maybe when I was 9.
They
You were
More
9?
professional than.
had podcasts when
Yeah.
you were 9? I thought that was a newer thing.
Well, how old am I? I'm 20 years old. So this is 2009.
40.
This was back before podcasts were cool. This was
No.
just
Okay.
me and who you'll see as James in the show. Actually, we used to record little podcasts together, just talking about whatever
Okay.
fourth graders talk about back then. I wish I had. them to
So you're a
listen to.
veteran to this.
You could argue that. I would
Yeah.
argue against it, but my track record would say that I've done a little bit of podcasting before.
That's
And then, Katz, did you want to introduce yourself as well?
of course. Hi everyone. It's me, Cat's Cat. I am on almost everything under Cat's Cat. If you don't know who I am, you probably haven't listened to the show before, but hello. And then our last guest who introduced us all is I'll let him introduce himself.
I thought I guess I should
You didn't say who
the
you
fact
were.
that I'm Ronan. Yeah. Clonan.
Clonin. Sorry.
Yeah,
You
he's
guys
cloning.
mixed
He
up.
got resurrected, yeah.
Cloning.
I think everybody knows who you are, Ronan. It's okay.
You've kind of adopted that new synonym.
Synonym?
So the first thing I wanted to say was, this entire time, I thought that you did the voice of the storyteller, but it actually wasn't until I watched the episode, and I was like, wait, no, it's a different guy.
Did it sound like me?
I literally thought it was you. I was
I
I
did-
thought
I
he
did
sang
too.
as a storyteller.
No, and for I actually, if you on my old YouTube channel, you'll see a bunch of old Adam Hendrickson Show stuff from 2 years ago. And originally, I was the voice of the storyteller. And there's a specific reason that I wanted Adam and the storyteller to have separate voices. I thought it would be too much of a giveaway that there's a relationship between the characters. I think it's pretty obvious already that there is a relationship between Adam and the storyteller, but them having the same voice, especially having it be my voice, I thought that would be sort of a nudge in the wrong direction for people who try to, who would try to figure out what's really going on in the show.
Right, I see. My other question. Actually, I have a bunch of questions. I'm gonna let everybody else go first. Actually, if you guys had any questions.
I as long as we're on the topic of the storyteller, I had one question related to him. It's where did you come up with the idea for the narrative device of the storyteller for framing the
Glad that
story?
you called him a narrative device, because that's exactly what he is. And the storyteller, the idea behind him came from, I remember exactly the moment that I thought of him. I was sitting at lunch. It was late sophomore year. And I was thinking about how within the story of the Adam Hendrickson Show, Adam Hendrickson is the main character, which is me. And in the show, he's coming up with the idea for the very show which he stars in.
Mhm.
And I wanted to do something to help the audience understand that. And I figured an easy and fun way to do that would be to make the show itself a character.
Mhm.
And it wasn't immediately the storyteller. For a long time, it was more of like a supernatural entity or like a ghost or maybe even like an alien. Like the show went through a lot of weird phases through its development, but in the end, I figured it would be much more like a Dr. Seuss kind of character. I looked at, I mean, it's very obvious that the storyteller is kind of a combination of like Willy Wonka and the Cat in the Hat, and even the warden from Super Jail is one comment that I get a lot, which is because of the purple suit.
Yeah, that answers that. I was gonna ask too. Is like what were some of the design inspirations for the storyteller? But you've gone ahead and answered that for me already.
I had a hunch that he was gonna have a top hat, and that was really all that I knew. And I knew that his color couldn't be something bland like black or dark gray. So I settled on purple because purple is, I don't know, it's just this cool color. I thought that it suited him well.
Oh, it's a good pick. Purple's a good color because it's
my
the color
favorite.
you see one of the least of in nature. So
Exactly.
when the eye sees it, it recognizes it as a little bit more exotic.
It's one of the Senzu colors.
Yeah,
It is true.
It is
Well, you
one of
guys
the
know that
favorite
purple's my favorite colors. That's why I
Same
make
here.
it.
Yeah, I
That's
like
why I
purple
make
too.
it aesthetic
I'm
for all
so
things.
glad
No,
to be in a group of people who love purple just like me.
Purple
I know it's
rocks.
great. It's a good color.
Really quick, I'm jumping in here too. Purple's also my favorite color.
Yes,
Purple gang.
bro.
Yes.
Purple
yes,
gang.
queen. Yes, queen. Slay.
Yeah.
So my next question, Adam.
I just thought,
You-
hold that
Yeah.
thought. I thought I'd walk out of my basement dwelling and just come out here and say, I also love purple. It's my favorite color.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
got
five purple lovers
Yes.
in the same podcast.
Okay, now
freaking
I'm
right.
going back to the basement. Bye, guys.
My next question for you, Adam. Do you think there's any way that we could ever talk to Elliot or possibly have him like record an intro for our podcast? Because that would make me the happiest I could ever be. Like as the storyteller.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you
Dude,
want
that
me to
would be
send
so
him a
cool.
message right now and see
Please.
what he
Dude,
comes with?
if you could, it'd be
Please.
so cool.
Oh my, that would be the best thing to ever happen to me.
Katz is like the biggest storyteller fan. Like
I
he's
am
been drawing
the
art and all
storyteller
kinds of
fan.
crap, man.
I'm surprised you haven't sent him a message yourself then.
I didn't even know he
I'm
had
nervous,
Like,
I'm
what his
nervous.
online stuff is.
You're nervous.
Oh.
He's
camera
just on
shy.
Instagram. I'll send him a message. Hey, Elliot, I'm on the SBC podcast right now, and they want you to record an intro as the storyteller.
That's awesome.
If we could get like the opening scene where he's describing who Adam is, but it's like about Ding Dong Fan 23, that would be the best thing ever.
That would be fantastic.
Cats, you
Because
should be
this
the
is the cast. It's a podcast I've designed.
Cats. You should be the storyteller for Halloween, and your girlfriend can be Adam, bro. That'd be that'd be awesome.
That'd be
Yes,
great. That'd
be
be
me. Be me for Halloween.
We need to get some
Number
Adam
one
Hendrickson.
Halloween costume. You're gonna see the Jokers, and then you're gonna see the Adam Hendricksons.
You're gonna see the world famous Adam Hendrickson and the friggin' storyteller. I'm excited for that. So, what are some other questions that I have? We should do a tier list of every Adam Hendrickson Show character, and I think we could like rank them and see who's the highest.
I think
Storyteller
Mr.
Ness.
B is definitely like a G, like an
Mr.
H.
No, Mr. B. No, he's an A. I like Mr. B. Are you kidding? Storyteller's
Yes.
obviously S rank. He's in his own
Storyteller's
rank
S.
above everyone else.
I'd say Arjun is like he's definitely he's a fan favorite.
Arjun, yeah, I like Arjun. I would say Tyson is like the second best of the storyteller. I like Tyson.
Tyson is great.
Are Chris and Tyson on the same tier, or is there something
Yeah, but
difference
I would put
between
Chris like slightly below Tyson. But Tyson's
Yeah.
definitely like
them? Well, Chris is the smarter of the two.
yeah, but Tyson's
But
they're
that's
both
not
funny.
saying much. Tyson's
Oh, yeah,
on the
hey-
hot dog head, right?
The hot
Yeah,
dog head? He's the
Tyson's
funny
one
I
on
love-
the left.
Oh,
Hey, I've got a response from Elliot. He says he's on Discord. I asked him if he's on Discord. He said, I am.
oh, can we have him join the call?
Oh my gosh! If we get the
If he's
storyteller-
down to
if
join
he-
the call, put
if
him
he
in here.
joins the call and starts singing "Come In," I'm gonna actually die. I'm actually gonna die on podcast.
That'd be so sick.
Can have a nerdgasm.
I've asked him if he wants to join the podcast right now.
Yeah, if he wants to come in, do a bit for a while, that's fine with me.
We are recording a podcast literally right now as we speak.
But here, as we're waiting on Elliot, I have a few questions. If Ding,
Yeah,
you're
go
done
ahead.
with yours. Here, I have, first of all, I think this is a simple question. Where did you get the inspiration for you to make a show?
Well, I think it's because I grew up watching just cartoons, whatever it be. Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, all this stuff that was on. I was just immersed in cartoons. And I loved theme songs. I remember specifically, I don't know if you guys would remember this show, the Higglytown Heroes. I remember that was...
Dude, yes! Are you kidding?
The first theme song. Elliot is working right now, so he can't be part of the podcast, but he will record an intro.
Awesome.
Anyway, I remember I remember hearing that theme song. I thought it was so cool, and I thought it was so cool that they took an idea for a show and sort of just encapsulated it into this little song, and I sort of kept that idea with me for a long time. And then, what's interesting is the story of the show is sort of the answer to this question. You see in the show, Adam is obsessed with the Victorians Soundtrack, which is the soundtrack to this cartoon, the Victorians. And
we had a question about that.
I'm sure you did.
I looked around. Is the Victorians a real show?
No, it's not a real show.
Okay.
It's based on a real show, though. Do you guys know what it's based on? It's not that hard to figure it out.
It's like a puzzle?
Is it a real? No. Is it a real pilot? Like the show that it's based on is essentially the same thing in concept?
It's like a real show that went on for a bunch of seasons.
Oh.
But it's a cartoon, and it's similar to the. Do you understand? It's Foster's Home.
Okay.
Oh. See what I mean?
That was what I was wondering, right? Because the show is somewhat autobiographical, right? It's based on what's happened in your life, right? So I was wondering, is this how exaggerated or dramatized is this affinity? Because it's, I guess you'd consider Foster's Home a big inspiration, right? So.
Well, yeah, in terms of the style, but more so the music. Foster's
but the analogy here is less. It's like your love for that, but you've added this element of it being lost media and Adam needing to get a hold of the soundtrack for purposes of his character in the show specifically, right?
Yeah, Adam, the question is, why does Adam want this music so badly? Where's this obsession coming from? And that's sort of what the character of the storyteller is the personification of that obsession, which is also what sort of created the show in the first place. So that's why when people ask me, what's the relationship between Adam and the storyteller, I always say, look at the music. The music is the key, what'll put it all together. Look at the way the storyteller talks about music, the way he talks about the Victorian soundtrack. There's a lot of clues in the show, visually, in the music itself, that'll lead you to that. But I think the question you were trying to ask was what made me want to make a show about my life, right?
The question I was more asking is in relation to the Victorians, was how much of that obsession is correlates to real life, what was the real world basis of the obsession with the Victorians and how much?
What you should do is go on Google and try to find the soundtrack to Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's something I was gonna bring up too, because Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, it does sort of like comparing the two in terms of soundtrack, it does sort of have the same kind of
twangy feel.
Yeah, and I noticed that now that I'm thinking about it, and I really like that. I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that.
That is where that comes from.
So, Adam, as far as your animation goes, are you self-taught, and how long have you been
the Adam
working?
Hendrickson Show is the first thing I've ever animated in my whole life. The only other thing that I've technically animated is the beta come-in video. Other than that, my animation portfolio is nothing. I don't even really like animating, to be honest with you.
Really?
I find
you
it
like
to
the
be
music aspect more?
Yeah,
Okay.
The music is what I've been working on more than anything. Even when it came to the past year and a half, I find myself working on the music more than I am the animation. And I think that shows. But I didn't set out to make an animated show. I set out to make a show about music.
Hmm. Interesting. So I was gonna ask, right? In putting together this show, you've had this idea for many years, right? Since you were in
Mhm.
like middle school, high school.
Well, the idea, it built on itself because it was always based on what was happening to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to ask you like a couple questions about actual production of a show, right? Especially an animated one. Is around what point did this show actually start production, right? Like not just you coming up with ideas for or whatever. Like at what point did you sit down and go, okay, I'm gonna start writing this, I'm gonna start storyboarding this, and approximately how long did that process take over time?
That process started on June 1st, 2019.
So only like about just over 1 year of actual like production of the show.
On June 1st, 2019, that was the day that I said, this is no longer just going to be an idea. I'm going to commit myself to figuring out how to get this on screen. I didn't even know how to animate yet, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do it.
So in only like just over a year, how many episodes do you have done? Is it just the first 3 or are there more done?
It's just the first 3.
Okay.
I still have, I have footage for episode 4 already in the works. Some of it's already done. So I have future content. You can even see some clips like in the theme song and in the trailer that you didn't see in the first 3 episodes.
And how long does it take you to animate a full episode, would you estimate?
Well, it's always going to depend on what the scene is. Something as dynamic as like the tour where you're constantly like shifting backgrounds, and then something like Lunch where you're just sort of cycling between the same background but placed differently. But I've averaged it out to find that it takes about a day to get a minute of animation for the Adam Hendrickson Show.
Got it. That's interesting.
Yeah. And a lot of it is just dragging and dropping the drawing files and then positioning them and moving them. The thing that takes the longest is actually the lip syncing. Animating a scene for the show is sort of done in 2 halves. The first half is placing the characters and their heads and their torsos and the backgrounds and the props. And then the second half is going and drawing the mouths individually. I don't cycle between like sounds. Like you'll draw an F sound and a D sound and an A sound and an O sound, and then you can cycle through those. I draw each mouth individually. I just think it looks a little bit more authentic. Right. And it looks a little bit too that's like cool. Family Guy if it's like a mouth cycle.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a great way to put it.
The Adam Hendrickson Show taking pot shots at Family Guy like everyone else.
This is worse than the time I was in the Adam Hendrickson Show.
Lois, look, it's Lois, it's the storyteller.
Lois, look, it's the storyteller.
Rita, you can't have the storyteller on the podcast. Lois, I have
He's at work.
He's at work.
Rita, the storyteller's at work.
Another thing I was going to ask about, right? So the voice acting for a lot of the other characters besides the main 2. I saw one of your behind the scenes thing. You said the Adams, the gang is closely based on like the real friends that you had like in a high school, right? Although a lot of them don't share the same names except is it Arjun or
Arjun? Yes,
yeah.
Arjun is the only one who's based on.
So are they voiced by their real world counterparts or any of them?
No,
okay.
None of them are.
Okay.
The way in the gang, this is sort of an interesting topic to discuss. The gang themselves, the story behind them that you see Adam tell in episode 2, it's all true. We really did meet in 7th grade at lunch. In real life, there was 8 of us. And the, who was in the gang was sort of changing. When we went into high school, someone left the gang. So it wasn't like we were always this concrete, friend group. We were just sort of this odd group of kids. And I always wanted to include them in the Adam Hendrickson Show. But I thought, and here's another thing, a fun fact about the gang is we didn't actually all go to high school together. The way our school district worked is we all went to the same middle school, but when it came time for high school, Arjun was the only member of the real gang that I ended up at my high school with. It was just me and Arjun. And that's the reason I think that Arjun sort of retained his true identity while everyone else sort of got meshed into James, Tyler, and Scott. So
Pretty interesting.
I didn't want the gang to be 8 characters because I thought that would be too many to keep track of.
That's a good choice.
So I just sort of thought about the whole dynamic of the gang, what it felt like, and just sort of built 3 characters based on that.
Arjun's definitely like a right-hand man. Like I could try. I feel like
He's like the
Arjun would have
Luigi.
my back. Yeah, he's like the
Yeah.
Luigi's player too. I can
He's
trust
always
he has
got-
my back.
He's your side homie.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
I like him.
He's
Got there in the
rocket to
tier
your
list.
So for the voice actors for the characters, how did you get the cast together?
Well, when I originally did the pilot, I actually had an entirely different cast. And these were people that they sort of just floated out of life. You know, I went to Iowa State for college for a semester back in 2018. I've been all over the place. So when I originally casted the Adam Hendrickson Show, I never really thought about the stability of voice actors, so I just sort of got my friends to do it. But anyone who has casted their friends to be voice actors in a project knows that it sounds like you casted your friends in an animation project.
Yeah,
So-
I've voiced a couple things. I can guarantee that. I can agree with that.
Yeah, and that's not to say that they were all bad per se, but I wanted something that, you know, 5 years from now I could contact the same person. So I went on Twitter, and Twitter has this vast community full of people trying to become and becoming voice actors pretty much just by saying that they're a voice actor and, you know, recording their voice, putting up demo reels. So I just went and I found people who would take it seriously, and I did. In fact, some of them even came and contacted me. I didn't go and find them, and that I'm thinking specifically Elliot, who voices the storyteller. He actually
That's
sent
Elliot.
me the first message, and he was like, "Hey, I see you're working on a show. If you're looking for, a voice actor, I'm here." And the first question I asked him was, "All right, can you sing?" And he said that he had like 10 years of choir experience. He was a baritone. So I'm like, all right, we found our storyteller.
Boom, that's it.
And that's
Yeah.
history.
That's awesome.
That's the story.
And I will let you know, like, if you ever need to hook up with some voice actors, the SBC has you covered, Adam. We'll do
I
it.
know. I can hear the pep and energy in you already.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever need
Shameless
background voices,
self-promotion.
we are here for you.
If you ever need a guy,
I've
Can
only-
any of you sing?
I
Oh,
can
I can
sort of
sing,
sing,
all right.
yeah.
Cats can. Cats is a very good singer.
Yeah, Katz is
I-
a very good singer.
Thank you, babe.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I can a little bit just because I was in chorus for 2 years, but I'm not like that musically inclined. I mainly I've done a couple projects on YouTube, and I was in a film class for 2 years, so I know a bit about voice acting and acting and
Yeah.
stuff.
Adam, if you ever seen the short cartoon Mike and Melissa, that's about Ding Dong.
That's not me. I'm not in Mike and Melissa, dude.
Yes, dude, you're Mike.
When's the last time we watched that? That's such a funny video, though. Why am I Mike?
Because you're in the film class, and he goes,
What, are you gonna be Melissa?
I'm
Who's getting
Melissa. No,
Oh, I
your-
love that
your-
video.
Your chocolate GF is Melissa.
That video is so funny, though.
Adam, do you know about Mike and Melissa?
I don't.
Don't watch it.
Oh my god, we gotta watch it after this. We gotta watch it after this.
Too late.
Okay,
I'm
we
already
can watch
Googling
This actually plays into something. Adam, are there
Yeah.
any YouTube animations or stuff that you like look at as either inspiration or anti-inspiration, like things that you don't want to fall into, or things that you kind of look up to? And because I know in one of your Q&As you said that Ed's World was a big inspiration, so I just want
Yeah. Well, actually, I sort of said Ed's World. I wouldn't chalk that up as a true inspiration. Like, oh, I saw this and it made me want to do the Adam Hendrickson Show.
Mhm.
Ed's World is a good Eddsworld made me realize that I don't need to structure the Adam Hendrickson Show like a television show, which is what I was trying to do before. That's why the original pilot was like 25 minutes. Eddsworld, they have videos that are 3 minutes. They have videos that are, longer. I don't know how long their videos get, but I know they have like 10-minute, 12-minute videos. And if Ed Gould was successful at Eddsworld, then maybe I should, take a page out of his book.
And rest in peace to that legend too. He's a legend.
Oh my God, I remember back when he died in 2013. I remember playing Minecraft, and everyone was building monuments and structures in remembrance of Ed Gould.
My roommate was like one of the biggest Eddsworld fans, and he was like so like upset when he passed away. It was really it sucks because he was very talented. He's a good guy.
Yeah, it's cool to see them, keeping it up. Keeping Eddsworld alive.
That's true.
You see, they still do stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Exactly. The same thing happened with Kitty0706. I don't know if you guys know him.
Yeah.
Oh God, man, that was sick.
When he passed away, that was hard for me, dude, because he was such a good content creator. His Gmod videos were so hilarious. And he passed away because Ed passed from cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think Kitty0706, he passed away from cancer as well. But that one was tough, too. Okay, let me see what I have in my notes here.
Anybody got any more questions for Adam?
Yeah, so...
guys, anybody got any more questions for me?
White Lake High School, is that the... Okay, no, you don't have to tell us the actual name of your high school.
Well, it's not that hard to find it out.
No, I think you actually posted a video of, like, your high school in the background, or it was, like, a photo of your high school, so...
Yeah, it's not that hard to find out what high school I went to. I wouldn't be talking about it.
Send your address in the chat. Sriracha, throw up his address right now.
Yeah, put it up screen. Thank you.
Done.
So tell us
Is that gonna be my address?
Yeah, we're gonna put Reddit's instead.
You're gonna say, "This is Adam Hendrickson. Go pay him a visit."
Yeah, it's Adam Hendrickson Canada edition.
So, Adam, tell us about your year in high school. Not high school. Your year in college that you were talking about.
Oh, when I went to Iowa State.
Yeah, let's hear about that.
To major in computer science.
That's what you went for?
Yeah, can you believe it?
Yeah, one of my buddies, my friend Jeremy, he did that for a while. He was at the tech center when I went for media productions for 2 years. He was there for computer science.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I went to Iowa State and I was majoring in computer science, and then I got there and I all of a sudden realized, I don't want to be a computer scientist, do I? I want to be I want to be a musician. I want to be, I want to write music. I want to be remembered as a weird musician who made a show about his life. Hopefully. My sort of life plan I'll share with you guys is I'd love the Adam Hendrickson Show to become something that can support me. And I'm not having the best of luck, but that's okay. If the Adam Hendrickson Show doesn't work out, that's not the end of the world. I'm super glad that I at least tried it. But I'd love to write music. For movies, shows, anything. So even if the Adam Hendrickson Show sort of, doesn't follow through.
You already tried looking into, like doing music in the in production in the industry?
No, I haven't looked into that.
Well, Ronan knows a bit about that. Ronan, you can tell us about the stuff that you've been.
I don't know anything about the music side of it.
Oh yeah, well I mean like the filming aspect, because you and I, you obviously have more what's the word for it? You have more knowledge as far as I do, because I only took a film class for 2 years, but you've actually worked in some projects before.
Yeah, you're the wise man.
I do grunt work in the film industry.
The only thing I've really done is film some at the news station before. I filmed some segments.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I was in high school.
That's powerful.
That's friggin' beautiful, dude. That's inspirational.
Yeah, I agree.
That's deep, bro.
All right, let's give a round of applause to Ding Dong.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Put a round of applause.
I know I've been out of high school for 4 years now, but thanks. Yeah,
that's powerful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Okay, our next bit is to take a lie.
Is the cake a lie?
Is the cake a lie?
That's my favorite video of yours.
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, that's one of my I love your little piano piece for that. I didn't watch the whole thing. I tried to go through and watch all your videos before the thing, but I wasn't able to get to it. I wanted to be as
Yeah.
knowledgeable as possible.
Which are you talking about? My like ancient Portal 2
The
piano
Portal
Yeah,
2
cover
piano
videos?
covers.
The Portal 2 piano covers. Those videos are fantastic, aren't they? No. I love Portal 2. I love the music for Portal 2. That was actually the music that I was obsessed with before I got into Foster's. I actually got it.
That's the original Victorians.
It actually sort of is. When the Portal 2 soundtrack was released, they released it in 3 volumes. And if you guys all played Portal 2,
I have it. I have not played it yet, but it's on my list.
Get the hell out of here.
You should play the co-op with. We should do a live stream where
That
we
would
play
be
the
so
co-op.
fun. I would love that.
It's
Well, do you
so
guys-
funny.
well, I won't spoil it because I don't know who said they haven't played it. I won't spoil the end, but you all know the big climactic scene at the end.
Yeah.
It lasts like a minute.
Mhm.
The music in that scene, you can't get it from the files in the game. So, and since it's in the end of the game, it was going to be in volume 3 of the 3-volume soundtrack. So they released volume 1, and then they released volume 2, and then I was sitting there waiting for volume 3 to come out, and then the day volume 3 came out with that song on it that I wanted to hear so badly, I started crying. I was so happy. This was back when I was 11 years old.
Nice.
So that was sort of the first time that I really had an obsession with music that I couldn't hear, which is sort of what started the whole idea for the Adam Hendrickson Show in the first place when it came to Foster's.
Oh, that brings up another question. So for the Victorians, we know what the real world inspiration of it is, but when you were designing this fictional TV show, we haven't seen a ton of it. We only
You
know it
probably
by-
won't see any of it.
Yeah. So that was what I was going to ask, was how in depth of what the show is are you going to go?
I don't want the audience to become obsessed with the Victorians. If anything, I want it to be universally understood that the Victorians is actually Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Okay.
And if enough energy gets put towards that, then maybe they'll release the soundtrack for Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends finally.
So
Have they
where?
not?
No,
Still
they
can't
haven't.
believe that
Seriously.
I can't believe that the soundtrack was never released. Me and
Yeah.
Ronan actually have a similar thing with the Sonic OVA soundtrack, and we filmed a podcast episode of us watching it the other day, and we were still talking about how amazing the soundtrack for that is, and we wish it came out. And then what was it, like 2 days
The
later,
next
Ronan?
day later.
Literally the next day later, somebody leaked all the way from 1997. They found like bits of the original soundtrack and leaked it the day after we recorded that. And I thought it was so funny.
That is.
That's awesome.
We caused it.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna happen for Foster's Home. Hopefully.
Now that we're talking about it, that's gonna happen. Yeah, watch.
Well,
We're
if it
manifesting
happens, I'll be the first to know.
Who produced Foster's again? Was that like
Lauren
That was
Faust,
Cartoon
didn't she?
Network.
Cartoon
Well,
Network?
Lauren-
Yeah,
Cartoon Network,
Lauren
please,
Faust was
please,
part of it.
please.
Where did you get the name Victorians from then?
To be honest, the Victorians was sort of a fictional show idea. See, I never just wrote music for the Adam Hendrickson Show. I did always write a bunch of music for the Adam Hendrickson Show, but I'd always also write, just other music, other theme song ideas. And I came up with this one when I was probably 15 or 16. And it was sort of like this harpsichordy, like old-fashioned, like theme song. And I thought of the title for show, The Baroqueans. And so for a while it was The Baroqueans. And then I changed that to The Victorians, specifically because that girl that Adam sees in English class, her name is Victoria. And you may be
Right.
wondering why are those two things similar? The only reason that they're similar is so that Adam, the character, realizes that, which
So he has like a
will
reason.
sort of be the first thing that he puts together for the Adam Hendrickson Show. That was what the Adam Hendrickson Show was all about when it was really happening to me, was looking at the real things that were happening to me and sort of putting it together as a show, as a story. The way, you learn about a story in literature class with all of its symbolism and metaphors. I always liked to imagine that those metaphors and the symbolism was happening in real life to me. And when I looked for it, I found it.
Well, because
Sorry, I'm
speaking
playing
of,
Cookie Clicker.
it's all good.
Oh,
But
I
because
love Cookie Clicker.
something that I noticed during like the credit scene is that Victoria is voiced by someone named Victoria. Is it actually Victoria from your high school? or is
No.
it like this-
You know
Okay.
what? I'm really glad you asked that. That is not the real Victoria. Victoria, the real person who she's based on, her name isn't even Victoria. Victoria Antonelli, the voice actor, who you actually only hear her say one line in episode 3. You'll hear more of her in episode 4. Anyway, I remember being in high school. We were on a field trip to New York City, actually. This was like the big field trip. And Victoria Antonelli and I, we were never like friends or anything, but we were talking on this one day on the field trip, and I told her that I like when I grew up, I wanted to do like cartoons and stuff. And she said to me that day that if you ever need a voice actor, to ask her. And I remembered her saying that. So, what was it? Probably 4 years later, I sent her a message like, "Hey, do you remember back on the New York City trip when you said
You held
that
her
if I ever need a
accountable.
voice actor, I could count on you?" And then she did, and she was like super happy about it.
Oh, well,
And she did a
that's-
fantastic job. And
That's
the fact
awesome.
that her name is and I thought of the character Victoria's name before that all happened. So the fact that
And she just
Victoria's
happened
name,
to be Victoria.
she just happened to be Victoria. So I figured that it was a sign that she was the perfect choice. And I think she is the perfect choice. She does a fantastic job.
Oh, definitely.
And she can sing, which
And
I
she
might
can
need
sing.
her to do at some point. Who knows?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I got 400 cookies.
Only
No
400?
I got 420 now.
Oh, dude, yes.
Kill them.
What, did you just
Uh,
start playing like an hour ago?
Were you playing
Like-
Cookie Clicker?
No, I started playing Cookie Clicker. I started playing Cookie Clicker like less than a minute ago.
Did you break the world record?
I'm the Cookie
Yeah,
Clicker.
you got 400. That's a world record.
That's the
You should
world
play.
record.
You should
I
play
got
Kanye.
500 now. No one ever got 500 cookies.
You should play Kanye Zone. That was the game that I used to play in high school. all
I'm
the
gonna play
time. I
Dogecoin Miner actually.
I'm trying to think of, like-
Dogecoin.
Yeah. I played this one. It was like a totally text-based game. Like
Mhm.
it made like pictures using the text. It was pretty cool. It was called Candy Box, and basically you would just get like one candy per second, and slowly your options would expand for like what you could do. So it was like a clicker game, but it was like really neat.
Yeah, I'm playing.
That's
Doge.
not
I'm
nearly
playing-
as cool as playing Halo Combat Evolved on the PCs in class.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
I have the zip file for that. Like
Dude,
was
that stuff
awesome.
was so fun.
Yeah.
I did that all my senior year. That's all I was
I'm
doing.
playing Doge Miner right now. Doge 2, Go to the Moon.
Or BM Tron was one I used to play too. That one's 4-player. BM Tron, more like Bowel
playing
Movement Tron.
playing Combat
LOL.
Evolved on like a school computer sounds
Battle for
fucking
Dream
awesome.
Tron.
Yeah.
That sounds
It's
amazing.
just Tron. It's just Tron, but it's 4 players. But I don't
Mhm.
know why it's called BM Tron. Maybe it's Bowel Movement. I don't know.
Bowel
Why would
Movement
they
Tron.
do
Stands for
computers?
you be
4.
shitting.
I don't know. I just thought it would be a funny idea.
Why was Combat Evolved on the computers?
I'm not sure. I'm sure it's easy to get up there. Oh, Adam, I
Thanks.
got another one. What programs do you use for like animating and editing and such?
So the animating happens in OpenTunes, which is a completely free software. It's kind of a hassle to learn how to use it, and it's also pretty buggy. But once I learned how to use it, I can pretty much do anything on it now. So it's OpenTunes. It's completely free. So if you want to get into animation, I recommend trying to figure out OpenTunes. The music is done in Mixcraft Pro Studio 8. Which I don't see pop up a lot when people are talking about, digital audio workstations, or like, composition software. But there's a free version. I have paid the probably $80 that it was to get the Pro Studio, and it is awesome. It works great. And then for the editing, like the video editing, I just use a Vegas Movie Studio, and I find it is really easy and fun.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
So if
there's
you
no
guys-
need to go and shell out $400 to Adobe to get some premium, quote unquote, animation software. There is completely reasonable free options out there.
Yeah, no need to
Especially if you're just
shell out
learning.
your Dogecoin.
I got a Doge
Yeah.
bag. A Doge bag is a magical container that make it. That's awesome.
See, I feel
Sorry.
like people who are first starting to try to do any sort of creative thing, whether it be write music or animate or do anything, they always feel like that they need some high-tech software. They need to buy something. They need to shell out a certain amount of money in order to be able to do it, when that's not true at all. Like with OpenTunes, you just download it and you start animating it in it. Like, there's no extra step in between to start, you just got to start learning how to do it. See, I get in. The reason I'm saying this is I get the question all the time, like, Adam, how do you start? If I want to start working on a project, what's the first step? The first step is to stop thinking about doing it and to just start doing it. Write a script.
Hell yes, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, as someone who like also has had creative ideas, like that's truly like a big key. Is like, and I think that's for anyone listening who like has a creative passion, like just do it kind of thing. It's like as Nike once said, once do it.
Yeah, as Shia LaBeouf said, just do it.
do it. No, absolutely. That's
On
a fantastic
Well-
point. Anyone who wants to get into any sort of creative endeavor like that is you need to don't just let it sit in your head and fester. Just work on ideas, write something down. You'll make a first draft, and then you'll scrap it later when you get more ideas. But it's better to be working on that sooner rather than later.
And the other thing I want to say on this subject is there's this push to, like, when people first start learning how to do something, and I'll talk specifically about writing music because this is where the example best fits. When people start writing music for the first time, there's this stigma that you have to like immediately be unique. You don't have to do that. The easiest way to learn is to copy other people and to figure out how they did it. The reason that I was so obsessed with Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is because I heard this theme song that was so chaotic and wild and like whimsical, and I wanted to figure out, how does this work? What notes are being played to make this sound occur? It sounded so crazy, like I'd never be able to figure it out. But once I started listening to it and I started using it to learn music theory, I found that it was actually very simple, and now I had something to start learning music. I could look at Foster's and use it as an example. It's not like I had to start with nothing and come up with it all on my own. I could use other things to inspire me. And I feel like when people sit down at the piano and they try to write a song, they try to immediately be unique and do something that no one's ever heard before. But the thing is, most music is the same 4 chords. You know what I mean? There's no reason to immediately be unique. Your unique style will come no matter what it is you're trying to do. Animation, music, drawing, whatever.
Yeah, and I think that's something I as a music creator and as an editor, like, that's something I will do, and I say, and that works a lot more. So, because now that I'm a music creator, I'll be listening to songs and I'll be like, okay, so now there's this piece and there's this piece and stuff like that. And then also as an editor, like, when I want to when I'm watching someone's video, I'm like, ooh, that transition's smooth as hell. I'll like,
I know that's right.
yeah, I know that's right, boo.
I know that's right.
I'll look at it frame by frame and see, okay, so this is how they transformed this and this and that. Like, it is a very helpful thing to sort of like mold what you're making based on other people's, and then mold. Yeah, but yeah, that's
I
my
mean,
little
look at all of
contribution.
the cartoons that are just Family Guy, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, Family Guy.
They're just Family Guy 2.0, yeah.
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 The
Now,
Family Guy
Sriracha,
virus.
can you make a remix of the Catch Me Outside? How about that, girl? Can you do that?
I don't think I will, unfortunately.
not?
Why not?
Adam.
What?
Can you put the Catch Me Outside girl in the next episode?
Yeah.
Oh, that would ruin it.
They can't keep getting away with this.
You can't keep getting away with it.
I'm saving up because if you get 50,000 Dogecoin, you can get the rocket to fly to the moon.
No way.
What's that
You
to
can
do
fly
with
Doge.
anything?
He's still playing Doge Clicker.
You guys
That's
played
awesome.
Bitcoin Billionaire? Do you remember that one? That was the one.
I'm
I
just
played
a real life
lot back in the
Bitcoin
day.
sucks. I like Dogecoin more.
Yeah, Dogecoin is like Bitcoin, but like based on like Reddit.
Yeah, Dogecoin's coming back. Dogecoin's coming back. Invest now.
And if I get enough, I can go to space, like my dream in my favorite movie, Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, dude, just like in Star Wars.
No, Galaxy Quest. Can you hear me say Galaxy Quest?
Isn't that just Star Wars, bro?
No.
Adam.
Bro, is that just Star?
Yes.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've
good
got a
question.
few favorite movies.
Let's hear 'em.
My favorite movie, my genuine favorite movie, the movie, if I was in high school and someone asked me what my favorite movie was, I'd say it was Interstellar. Remember that from
Interesting
2014? But my true favorite movie, my guilty pleasure favorite movie, is A Clockwork Orange by Stephen
Oh,
King.
that's
Ooh.
That's.
I don't see how that's a guilty pleasure. That movie's amazing.
It's
I
amazing, but I could
love
never watch
set
that movie
design.
again.
I
could
know, I
never
only
watch
watched
that
it
movie
once,
again.
but
I love the
the
music
set
in that
designs
movie
in general,
especially.
like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
the music is beautiful. Like I'll listen to the soundtrack. That's how I got through college readiness. Was I would just listen to that soundtrack over and over and over again. Like
That reminds me,
Yeah.
I have a Victorians type thing because the intro to Clockwork Orange, like that song, you can't find it anywhere on the internet. Like that version, you can't find it. It's not the soundtrack's not anywhere. But then recently, I was searching through YouTube, and one of my pals, June Sittig in the SBC, he sent me the only link that I've ever seen to the actual song from the intro.
I have the actual song from the intro. I have the whole soundtrack for that movie on Google Drive. Right?
ooh.
Yes.
You could
kill
leak
him.
that.
I could leak that, but if I leak that, then they'd take it down.
That is true.
But I can send it to you guys or whoever it was that said they wanted it, because it has
That'd
the
be
it has the
beautiful.
actual main titles,
Cass and Sriracha need it. They need it. They need
And
it. I said, I need it.
and it has my custom track titles too.
Yo.
Oh, like Adam Hendrickson on the beat, like that. They're like,
Adam
"Those are
Hendrickson
Adam
on that
Hendrickson."
beat. Wait.
Adam Hendrickson torrenting the Clockwork Orange soundtrack.
That'll be an episode 2.
Yeah.
Adam, could you add a Clockwork Orange torture scene where the storyteller rips open Adam's eyes to watch like gore videos?
No.
Did you say vor
Storyteller
videos?
would not do that.
Gore videos.
Yeah, gore videos. Stop.
They can watch
The
Mike and
storyteller would not
Melissa.
do that.
Yeah. The storyteller would. He'd
No,
open.
he wouldn't.
He'd open his
Guys-
eyes to so many things. That's the bad
remind-
ending.
Remind me again, what's vor?
Oh
What is
God.
No,
Adam, do you know
storyteller,
what
no.
gore
I'm joking.
Adam, this is all our grand scheme to get an animated SBC podcast.
Adam, what
It
would you
will
do?
happen, and the storyteller will be there.
Adam,
What?
Is that a threat?
what would you do if you saw Adam Henderson vor art on the internet?
No.
Oh, that'd be really awesome.
Let me tell you something. About a year ago, a little more than a year ago. I mean, I've always thought it. If I
Guys,
I
guys,
thought
I'm
if
gonna
I'm gonna
have
make
to-
a show about my life, I'm gonna see some wacky fan art.
Yeah.
So I encourage all fan art of the Adam Hendrickson Show. I'll enjoy it all. I might not share all of it to my story, but I don't know. I wouldn't be mad or offended.
Is it
I mean,
cool if we get like TikToky to draw something?
Guys, I'm really sorry. I have to come clean. I haven't been drawing the thumbnail. I've instead just been drawing the storyteller brutally voring Adam Hendrickson.
No.
Eating
the
away at me. I have to come clean.
Yeah, the thumbnail's just the storyteller violently voring all of us.
There's a storyteller like a big. He was like the vacuum from Teletubbies. He just sucked up all the water.
the water.
You know, just sucking up all the water.
Adam, you are our best guest so far, and that's not that is saying a lot.
Yeah.
No.
Toronto
Serious,
Cape.
this is like the most professional episode we've had so
Yeah,
far.
seriously.
Isn't it amazing?
That's great. I'm so glad to have made that
It's literally
happen.
this episode's been so professional that I have wiggle room to be.
Oh, you
once.
can't say that, Ron.
Oh.
Oh,
He
wait,
actually
that.
is.
oh wait,
He
you can because
say
you're
that.
reclaiming it. You're reclaiming it.
Yeah, Ronan's autistic. He's allowed to say it.
Here.
He is though. Like he actually is.
You can play you can go on and you can play playingcards.io. Do you guys know there's a game called? It's like an IO. It's a browser game. It's called Bruh.io, and it's like a battle royale game, and it sucks.
I did not know about that.
Yeah.
What?
Do you guys remember the original IO games, like
Which one?
Agario?
Agario,
Agario.
yeah.
I remember.
I just remember Slither.io.
Slither.io, that was fantastic.
Ding dong. I want to make a Slither.io skin of you.
Do it! I dare you! I dare you to do it.
What, like Ding Dong's like character, or is it just like his face, like plastered onto it, stretched out and plastered onto a little
Oh
worm?
my god! I just
No,
caught
it's
a
his
KP.
ears and the number.
He's trying to steal my Dogecoins.
Your world famous Dogecoin.
Yeah, this evil Kate is trying to steal my Dogecoin.
Stop it!
Ronan loves his Dogecoin.
I'm almost got 5,000. I got 50,000 and can get the space shuttle. Go to the moon.
I'm playing Slitherio now.
Nice.
Adam,
Yo.
Are you doing it? Dope. I'm playing Street Fighter 5. And like I'm getting destroyed. I'm like doing really badly.
Do your impression of Sagat.
Since 2016.
I'm gonna play Slither.io and put my name as the storyteller.
Guys, we could
And then
all
you
try
guys
and
can
meet
run
up in
into each other.
Slither.io.
I used to advertise the Adam Hendrickson Show Instagram on Among Us servers before
You
I
would?
I'd go like,
dude.
That's
"Follow
really
me on
smart.
Instagram."
That's kind of sus,
And-
bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
It made me
I like the
purple.
meme.
Oh my gosh.
I do that in any local place. Like I just write my @ everywhere. I'll write @ Ding Dong Fan 53. Like I hide it in places with a Sharpie.
Yeah, I do that on my desks at school because like they would be, you can write out on them with an expo marker and then they'll just erase. So I just like draw like elaborate advertisements for like friends' Instagrams and stuff like that. So yeah, that was.
I
my
would
little
do
thing.
that, but I didn't make Ding Dong Fan 53 until like a year after I graduated. So
What does the 53 come from?
Oh.
that's a long story.
That's a long story.
Okay. So let's get into it. So there's a meme page on Instagram, a very famous one called Salad Snake.
Called Sriracha Socks, bro. Yeah,
Nah.
he's really famous.
You're gonna have to let him tell this story
No.
uninterrupted, and I feel like I'm the only person who's allowed to cut in here.
Because Ronan has experience here. So
Yeah.
Salad
Someone is
Snake
being-
was posting screenshots, and they were like kind of becoming memes of these two Instagram pages that were fighting in his comment section, and their names were Donald Glover Fan 53 and Chris Pratt Fan 53. I don't think we know which one came first, but they would constantly fight with each other, and they became really famous and got a bunch of followers. And so then everybody else decided maybe we should all become Fan 53s. And so like there's like literally thousands of different, like name any character
Oh,
you can think of.
man.
There's probably a Fan 53 of it. So
The storyteller.
they would just get into kind of little wars, and they would make up their own lore and stuff, and like have like wars and like make factions and stuff.
And,
And people would find out different things about them. So like for one, they found out that Chris Pratt and Donald Glover actually weren't the first. There was a Justin Bieber Fan 53 back in 2012
Did they also?
that nobody knew about, and like completely nobody had ever heard of them.
Talk about the part
Oh my
where
God.
Chris Pratt Fan 53 and Donald Glover Fan 53 were both Salad Snakes alternate accounts.
Were they?
Yeah.
Were they really?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that is a
No!
No!
I had no idea.
He can't keep getting away with it.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I know how-
that's why everyone hates him, is because he made Fan 53,
And then he denounced it, which
and
is
then
weird.
he denounced it.
Adam.
He prototyped it with like a Samurai Jack account. I remember it was kind of like the predecessor to a Fan 53 account. It's called Samurai Jick. It doesn't
Jick?
exist anymore, I don't think. Yeah, it sounds like
How
Samurai
dare
Jack.
he?
Jick?
And then there was another one that we found that was Woman's Muscle Fan 53, and they had a lot of followers, and they had nothing to do with Fan 53, but it was just a bunch of photos. Oh, this guy rage quit. This guy just rage quit in the middle of our fight. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me continue. And it's literally just a bunch of photos of buff women, and they're like Brazilian. They don't speak a lick of English, and they're a Fan 53 account technically. And then my friend Patrick Warburton Fan 53. He's like the most followed Fan 53 account.
Yeah, and you were almost
So, yeah,
elected
that's
the
a
Fan 53 president, right?
I was president. I was the second
He said that
president.
you rigged the election.
Yeah, that's
They
literally.
said that I did the election, but I didn't. I did
Yeah.
not.
That's literally.
Oh my god! And everybody hated me as president just because of that fact that it didn't happen. And then I became Pat's vice president when he was president. Everybody hated him too.
I think it's just that they hate authority, but because like it's a Fan 53 account.
No,
Like-
but that was my whole ideal. I wanted like a free society where we could just do whatever. But
My brain is like numbing listening to this.
I know.
Yeah, Ronan was
Adam.
Big
Know all
Chugga's
about
Fan
this.
53.
I do know all about it. Like,
Because you were a Brute Chieftain fan 53.
Yeah.
I have 2. Actually, I've made so many fan 53 cats. I've had like a total of 4. I think.
There was another one that I had too, but I'm gonna keep that one a secret.
Oh, I want to know. Will you tell me later?
Maybe I just like the secrecy. I just think it's fun.
I made an account to become. I wanted to become evil because I was always like good. I was like canonically like I was like.
You're like a
awful
good
good.
anti-form.
Yeah, as Ding Dong, but I wanted to be evil, so I made Jeffrey Dean Morgan 53. And I was like evil, and I was in like
So
Star Wars.
stupid.
I was Jeffrey Dean Morgan fan 53. Oh, it was so funny. And I'd post clips of him in Fred Claus because he's in one scene in Fred Claus, and I would post that clip of him in it.
Can I say something really quick about Mr. B?
Yeah.
Is my dad voices Mr. B?
Wait.
I saw that. I saw that.
awesome.
on
It's
the credits.
amazing.
Your
What?
dad did a fucking amazing voice. He's like one of my favorite voices in the show.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Is he loves seeing people talk about Mr. B. Someone asked on my story. I don't know if it was one of you guys. It might have been. Someone asked like, "I want to know more about Mr. B." Like
I
my
saw
dad
you
thought that was
post
so
about
cool.
that.
Yeah, he was joking at dinner tonight. He's like, "I think I'm gonna prepare for my own spin-off show."
So shoot off show, Mr. B.
show.
That's
It's
so
gonna be his
sad.
origin.
Adam, I think the reason. Let me just explain your own show to you. But I think
This is gonna be great.
my theory as to why Mr. B is such a beloved little character. I mean, this is what I noticed while watching was that his delivery is so like monotone, like he's just kind of like put out of it, but his facial expression, like he looks like he's about to burst a blood vessel the whole time. Like he looks like he's about to rip those 2 kids' head off, but he's just so
No,
calm
he
during
likes
the whole thing.
Tyson. He likes Tyson and Chris.
He's just
Yeah.
a hard ass.
We like Mr. B, Mr. Boomer.
He's a veteran.
He's a veteran. Where did he serve?
Mr. Boomer.
I don't know.
How do you know he's
The
a veteran?
baseball.
The golf.
Can you make
in
that
the, in the Gulf
canon?
War?
Can you
Oh,
make
that
man.
reminds me. Okay. But I have some theories that I want to pitch to you, and I want you to
All right.
talk about their velocity. So
All right.
here's one.
Hello, internet. Welcome to Hendrickson Theory.
This episode.
We're wondering, I think the storyteller is Adam grown up.
Is that the theory?
Is
Dude,
That's the theory.
that's
Is
sick.
that the
What
story?
if-
The theory that storyteller is just Adam as an adult.
I like
that
the
is-
idea
that's
that
his
the
theory.
storyteller is one possible future for Adam, in which he goes down the dark path and he turns into the storyteller, who's just being who's detached from humanity.
Yeah, and he's stuck in his like ever loving or ever
He is
lasting
a
like.
god, but he's
he's-
not human.
Yeah, he's
anymore.
just got to
He can never
relive his
love.
past.
Well,
It's
that's a
horrifying.
there's a big problem with the storyteller is Adam in the future theory, and that is the fact that I am Adam Hendrickson and I'm not the storyteller. So the
That
idea
is
that
true.
the
That
storyteller
throws-
is
He says as he reveals his
He's
purple
Adam.
top hat in the background.
yeah.
He pulls out
His
one
mantle.
long purple top hat and puts it on his head. No, you're right though. Like that does put a big hole in your theory, Kat.
Mhm. Well, that's not
Yeah.
mine. That's Arthur Fruit's theory. Here's a theory.
Who?
Here's a theory from
Whose theory?
Mr. His username is Mr. FIFO123, and it reads.
Are these? Are you getting these from my Q&A highlights?
I asked a bunch of people to send in theories, so here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Here's
You
one
really
that
did,
says.
you guys really did your homework for this, didn't you?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
we
were
Oh yeah,
prepared.
we always
Wow.
do. We're always prepared.
Here's one that says.
Huh.
Is the principal? Is she self-aware that she's in a show?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because she seemed detached to the rest of the characters, and how she built the theater, so it's almost like she built the show of some sort. I don't know what they were getting at, but that's just a question.
Well, I think that the person who asked this, who posted this theory, is on the right track. To be honest with you, I haven't really thought about it, but you're absolutely right. The principal, Dr. Hoffman, and the way she's not really interacting with the story right now, but we've heard that she's sort of set it up to happen the way that it will happen, putting the auditorium together and sort of making the whole school kind of revolve around theater and music. What you'll find out about Dr. Hoffman later on in the show is that her doctorate is in theatrical performance, not some other thing. So yeah, Dr. Hoffman will play a very big part. It's not like her and the storyteller are in cahoots.
They're having an affair.
There is no character that is in cahoots with the storyteller. There never will be. But Dr. Hoffman definitely plays an essential role in telling the story that the storyteller is telling.
Here's a question from Random Gnome, and they ask, is Tyler and James related?
No, but they sort of act like brothers. I don't know if this question was asked before or after I put out my Meet the Characters thing about them. They're not brothers, but they are like a pair within the gang. So yeah, well, I'm glad that it was obvious that those two are, they have a sort of a relationship that is different than the relationship they have with the other members of the gang.
Here's one from Candy Studios that says, the storyteller is hot.
Aw, that's nice.
That's not a theory. That's just like something that they said. But
Is the storyteller do hot?
is the
Question mark.
storyteller hot?
Guys, theory.
I don't believe you.
I do not. I don't
think
believe.
I think he looks a little bit too ghastly to be hot, to be honest.
He does. He does. He can be very scary. I can say, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's terrifying. I'm afraid of what he would do to me.
He's
if he saw
supposed to
me.
be. He's supposed
really
to be
wanna
a little
get-
bit scary looking.
I really want to get like a hyper realistic depiction of the storyteller, like with skin pores and stuff.
Oh, I have Gabe.
We'll get Polio Jones to do a 3D render of him.
Oh no! Oh my god, that would be sick.
Yeah, you guys have got to get a 3D rendering of the storyteller. I'll send you guys right now. Gabe Velez, or Gabriel Velez, maybe he'd want to be called. He sent me. He sort of photoshopped his own face into the storyteller, and he voices James. I should say.
That's so sick.
Here's
Yeah,
one
awesome.
from Michael Mann that says, "Is the beta storyteller different from the now storyteller because they have different hair?"
Because they have different hair.
That's
That's
That's what it says.
No, they're still the same character. They just look a little bit different.
Yeah. I
The
feel like
come
it'd be
in sequence is a little bit different, but
right. I feel like it'd be a little bit more inclusive if he had like a bald spot on top of his head.
Yeah,
It'd
he had
make
like
it
a bald spot and like he had.
Is it just because you are balding, Ding Dong?
Maybe. We don't talk about me balding. We don't talk about that.
Wait,
You are
talk about
balding.
that.
in the thumbnail, can you give Ding Dong a bald spot?
Even though he has no hair?
My arm has no hair.
Give him a wig for this episode.
That's awesome. I was telling everybody at work, I was watching these PetSmart videos. They film us videos every month to show us. And I was telling everybody, I'm so glad that all these guys that are working, these actors playing PetSmart workers are all balding. It makes me feel really inclusive. It feels like I'm actually there with them. No, but my real question is, Adam,
yes.
what needs to happen for maybe the SBC podcast to make up maybe a little cameo, maybe in the background of the next episode of the Adam Hendrickson Show?
The next episode, that probably can't happen, but there's gonna be definitely episodes. You know what I'm thinking would be kind of funny is if you guys played like an anti-gang.
Oh my
Oh.
god, that would be
Oh,
amazing.
We're like more
like the cartel,
Yes, the cartel.
Yes.
The
The SBC cartel.
SPG.
The gang
Yeah,
and the
the
cartel.
Sensibine gang.
The gang and the cartel. There was I don't know if this is all of you guys, but
No, there's so
Most
many of
of
us.
us.
There's a lot
we'd
of us.
we'd have
But
to
we could get
figure
a
out
list.
who would be who, and there should be 5.
Can Wishful
Okay,
go?
we
I
could-
thought I.
Yeah.
Go right
Oh,
now.
I would love to have
We
Wishful
could-
in there.
We could make a list of like 5 of us that we would want in.
Well, just draw the pic. They don't need to be specific people. You could just draw pictures of what you think they should look like.
Most of us
that's
have
just
a
an
lot of
idea.
artwork for our characters, especially in our thumbnails.
Yeah.
Sriracha's kind of difficult because most of the time he's just like a bottle of sriracha.
Well, we're not
Yeah,
gonna
just
put actual like ding dong in the show. We're gonna put like
Yeah.
Make them
Oh my
you
god,
put a
that'd be
53
awesome.
No, you put a 53 in his head. That's obviously Ding Dong favorite.
The poor child who's branded with
There
the
you go.
53. Oh my
I
god.
told you guys
You're
that
a
we're gonna
dog.
do
Cats
this.
knows how to
You're
do a
Sriracha
cameo.
dog. Sriracha
But-
dog.
I can speak for all of us that we would be honored to even be mentioned in the show, Adam.
Cats,
Like don't
cats, listen to me.
I could definitely do something like that. There's gonna be an episode later down the line, where we see the gang at like it's like a parade festival kind of thing. And I remember this one time we ran into these kids. They were younger than us, and this was
We're
later
like
on in high
5.
school. We ran to these like middle schoolers, and as we like sort of were walking towards each other, we just knew that these guys were like us but younger, and we both sort of knew it. We looked at each other, the two groups. So that's sort of what I'm imagining here, is running into this group of boys who is like the gang, but they're not, and then I don't know, something happens, some
Mhm.
plot.
that we'd be more than happy to voice act for you.
Yeah, we would love to do anything you need us for.
But what I was saying is like I can speak for all of us that we're even flattered to even be having this interview with you. Don't feel pressured to like force us into anything. Like don't
Yeah.
feel like because we put you on like you owe us anything. No, not at all. Like we are more than happy to have you on. Like I was actually freaking out for this because the fact that I get to talk to some because I can say, and this isn't me like sucking your dick or anything. Like I am genuinely.
Are you sure?
This is gonna be like sucking your cock. I'm not like sucking your cock to completion or anything like that.
No, but like
It's not. It's just foreplay. Okay.
it's just foreplay. No, we're like genuinely honored, and like you're a very talented individual, and like the stuff you've been able to accomplish on your own, and like with very little help, like it's genuinely inspiring. And like I know that when Ding Dong first sent like the ad you put on Instagram for the Storyteller song, like we were all like, "What is this?" But now it's like I'm genuinely invested in these characters and like where the show
Yeah,
is now.
I can speak for myself that it's very true for me as well.
I'm glad that it works. I'm glad the show works and that it is as attention grabbing as it is.
Oh,
And
definitely.
I want to say I thought it was really funny the way that you guys first approached me.
Yeah.
I think it was Ding Dong who posted, the come in trailer, like
Yeah.
message Adam.
And then you posted the video
Adam
of him saying,
Hendrickson.
"Come."
That's what my favorite thing to do is
And
just
then
make
you got
people
a
say
bunch of
come.
comments. People are like, this isn't how you invite someone to be on the podcast. And I was like taking a nap, and I woke up to all this. I thought it was funny. Like,
Thank you.
you know,
Oh, thank
See,
you.
it's good
I-
that you thought it was
like-
funny, but there's a chance that you might not have thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Ronan was
Silent
the one
Killer
like,
saw
dude,
that,
I
they
don't
would
think
lose
this is a
their
good
mind.
idea. And I said, just you wait, buddy.
Sergeant
that's not
Benny.
me at all. All those people. who
Well,
thought I
Sergeant
would
Benny
get
always
offended,
tries
oh
to
my
undermine me. That's his thing. That's
You
his
are
thing that he always-
undermining me.
No, he always does that. That's his thing. He always says the exact opposite of what I think.
But yeah, if like
Oh,
if I know
It's
like
so funny. Adam, did
Adam,
you at
you've been
least
such a
chuckle
good
when you saw the storyteller just say come? Did you at least chuckle?
Oh yeah, of course. I don't.
Thank
My
you.
sense of humor about like memeing the show and like making the characters say like inappropriate things and stuff. Like I think that stuff is so funny.
You
Yes.
excited for the YouTube
It's-
poops? that
Oh my
will
god, yeah, the
inevitably-
Adam
Oh,
Hendrickson
dude!
YouTube poop.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, the YouTube poop.
wait, Adam, can I
That'll
ask
be-
you to say something?
Yeah, you can
Can
have
you
me
say I know the Adam voice is your voice, but can you say like can you say Mama Luigi in Adam's voice?
Do you want me to like do an accent or do you want me to
No,
just say
it just means like
Ju-
say
just-
Mama Luigi.
like
Wait, say Mama Luigi and then laugh.
laugh? You
Nah,
want me to
stop.
laugh on command? That is
Yeah, laugh on command. Yeah, just be
Like it can be as
Here we
fake
go.
sounding as you want. Just please I need
Here I
this
go
sound
making a fool of myself.
he like wants you to
So,
pee your pants. That's what he's trying to get. That's what he's trying to poke
All
at.
right.
No?
All right. We'll
What
see
the
who's
fuck?
peeing their pants when I'm done with this. Mama Luigi.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yes!
Yes.
Clip that. We're gonna clip that.
Can we
My
can we
pants
please
are
get an
dry.
animatic of this?
Yeah, of us pressuring Adam Hendrickson to say Mama Luigi. We literally got like a knife to his
Give
head.
him a gunpoint.
Yeah.
Say it.
If we were gonna have anything animated in the podcast, it would have to be the Gangnam Style bit.
Oh my
We
god.
all agree
The
on
Gangnam
this.
Styles bits are really funny. Yeah.
That was like I literally never laughed so hard in my entire life. Now we have to show it to Adam later. So
Yeah,
we
yeah, I
talk about-
can,
Yeah, you
I can
guys.
send it to you.
You're gonna send me Gangnam Style, right?
No,
Yes,
not
we're
just
gonna do
Gangnam Style. Yeah, we're gonna send you the world famous Gangnam Style.
Yeah, we made
my
that
God.
song actually.
Yeah, we did. We're actually gonna have the storyteller dance to Gangnam Style.
Oh, perfect.
The storyteller do the Gangnam Style dance.
He does it in the
Hey,
bathroom.
this is
I
my
can tell you-
story.
Anyway,
I
so he's
can,
already know
I
how to
can
do
tell
it.
you this much. I know Katz is gonna be the storyteller for Halloween. I can already tell it.
Can we get Elliot to sing Gangnam Style?
I'm sure. Oh yeah, I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're gonna make
God.
Elliot do all this stuff. We're
He's a
gonna do all
little
this
minion.
stuff
He's a
for
little
us.
minion.
No, he's
You
not.
He's a
guys-
little Igor.
Elliot, we
Storyteller
love
had
and
like
respect
a
you.
little minion. What his name?
Yeah,
No.
that's me.
You know,
That's
I-
me.
Can
I-
we get a storyteller minion fan art?
It's like a hunched over little like disgusting homunculi of Ding Dong, but it's like hunched over and it's 2 feet tall and it just goes.
That's not
Well,
me.
you know, the storyteller, he
Yeah.
has like his like clones. Like he can clone himself and have his clones like hold stuff for him or push things in the
Nice.
background. I've always imagined that maybe he can make clones of himself that are different colors. Like there's a blue storyteller and a green storyteller.
Oh my God.
Like,
Alternate skins.
I don't know if we'll see that, but it's
Can we
an
see a
idea that I
brown
have.
storyteller? That's all I want is a brown storyteller.
A brown
He's just
storyteller.
brown.
He goes,
Yeah,
I
brown.
don't do brown.
I don't do brown.
I had
I'm
a
brown.
question. I had another question. If Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat, approached you and you said, "I want to make the storyteller a guest character in Mortal Kombat,"
He wouldn't do that. That would never happen. But
would you
yeah,
go
What?
for it?
Yeah, of course I would.
what would
You
his
wanna see-
fatality
You
be?
want to see him brutally murder people and get brutally murdered?
He
Yeah,
hit him
that's
with the
the whole
king.
reason that I made the Adam Hendrickson Show real in the first place.
He wanted
Get
that to
him in
happen. This is his
Mortal Kombat.
master
The Mortal
plan.
Kombat.
This is his dream. This is his true plan. His true plan was to get the
What if,
storyteller
what,
as
if, what if Ed Boon approached you, but he didn't say he wanted a storyteller? He said he wanted Arjun specifically.
Just Arjun.
He wanted like
Just to be
he wanted
that.
he wanted
Arjun, the
Tyson.
real Arjun would be in for quite a surprise.
He'd be scared. He would say, "I don't want that to happen." I would love that though. If you expect him
Adam,
to say the
please.
storyteller, but he goes, "No, I want Arjun. Give me Arjun." You're like, "What?"
I want it to be.
I want Arjun.
I want Arjun in now.
Tyson is a guest character.
Tyson, I love Tyson. Tyson's easily the second best character. I want more of Tyson. Are we gonna see more of Tyson? That's my question.
Yeah, well, you're gonna see more of Chris and Tyson. They'll always be together.
Oh yes. Are they gonna especially be in Mr. B's class?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, see, the thing is geometry. That class, that scene is the most true to life thing in the whole show.
Are there
Chris-
are there real Tyson and like them?
Yeah,
Chris?
they were real. Yeah, and that whole thing, and it's true to like my legit first day of high school and everything. I'm not even sure if the real Mr. B knows that there's a cartoon character based on him. His name's not Mr. Boomer. I'm not gonna say what his real name is.
Dox him.
but- But Chris and
No, we
Tyson
can't
are
do it.
based. Chris and
We
Tyson
can't
are
do
based
that.
on real people. I only changed their names slightly. If they watched the show and they understood that I'm the kid from their sophomore year geometry class, like they'd immediately recognize themselves and me and Arjun and that kind of stuff. Like it
I
really
like to-
was me, Arjun,
Uh-huh.
Chris, and Tyson in that class.
I like to imagine Tyson and Chris like are still there, like to this day. They're in Mr. B's class.
They're still at this class.
Yeah. Well, you know that they're taking the class again.
They
Oh,
are.
a second time? So they actually
Yeah.
took it 5 times in a row.
Well, that's what Mr. B says. He says, I'll put it this way. I'm about as excited to see you in this class for a second time as I am sure you'll make it to practice on time tonight. Implying that they are retaking
Flunk
that
it.
geometry class. That's why when Mr. B's handing out the papers, he turns his head and he looks at Chris and Tyson and he goes, "This should be review for you."
Oh. See, I thought that was just the teacher being like mean to everyone, but no, that's like
Yeah,
Chris
he's
and
mean.
Tyson.
So actually, let's have an SBC, not an SBC, sorry, excuse me. Let's have an Adam Hendrickson Show waifu tier list. So we're gonna throw people up on the waifu tier list. I
You
think
can
we
turn
need
them
to
into
put.
female versions of themselves.
No,
I'm
no, no,
Femme
no,
Tyson.
No. We're just gonna rank all the women in the show. So
The women in
Dr.
the
Hoffman,
show.
I definitely think is bottom tier. I think
She is like
Dr. Hoffman's
F.
bottom.
She's like Z.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I had to throw someone at the bottom. It had to be Dr. Hoffman. I'm gonna put
No,
Mrs.
that's
Swan.
okay.
I'm having a hard time between Amber. Amber
Mrs.
and
Swan. Oh.
I'm having a hard time between Amber and Mrs. Swanson. I think
Okay,
they're
I think
close.
this is the big thing. Where are we putting
Yeah.
Victoria?
Well, I mean, she's underaged, so it's
No,
Ding Dong
no,
can't have an
we
opinion
don't
on
know
her.
that. No. Well, okay. Well, look.
Who said that?
Hold on. First off,
You made Adam
I won't
mad.
say anything. I won't say anything about Victoria, and you guys are still in high school, so you can say something.
Yeah.
We can do it like that.
She
Wait
does
a
seem
minute.
very
You guys-
beautiful.
You guys don't know if Amber is 17 or 18. You just know she's a senior.
Yeah,
in
she
high
might
school.
be 18. I think Amber's 18. She's very professional.
I think
Yeah.
Amber's
So-
18 and she's legal. And I want to see a picture of her showing her feet to the camera, please.
God.
Well, they're also cartoon characters, so it doesn't even freaking matter, Cat.
Oh, you're one of those people, buddy.
No, you're one of those
Okay.
guys. you're one of those
I think
freaks.
ironic. It's okay. It's okay when you're joking. So anyway, yeah, we gotta put Miss Swanson A tier. She's top tier.
Adam, I'm sorry. We invited you on
Definitely.
the podcast. Now we're here sexualizing your characters. This is not okay.
Well, I didn't expect anything else.
Thank you. This is what
It's
you
a
knew
good
was gonna
point.
happen, and he agrees with the tier list too. Adam, I think
Yeah,
Adam's 100% on board.
I'm just glad you think these characters look attractive. I thought I was really bad at drawing girls.
No, they're
Adam-
they're fine vixens.
Ding
Yeah.
Dong has a picture of Amber hung up of his bed frame.
You're right. Yeah, I do. Well, I already said Miss Swanson. I can't pick between the two, but I definitely know Sriracha thinks Mrs. Hoffman's like the most attractive. Dr. Hoffman.
Yeah, way to throw me under the bus, buddy.
He is absolutely.
She's got the
in love with
MILF
her.
energy.
Yeah,
You
he
guys
literally
like-
saw her. He saw her. And he said awooga, awooga, and he went.
Yeah, my eyes literally popped out of my head. They hit the phone and they fell to the floor. I had to crawl and grab them like in a
And he went.
cartoon.
Adam, what did you say? Do you guys like what?
Do you guys like the keyboarding teacher, Mrs. Rivers?
Oh yeah, she's
Okay,
very
she's
fine.
like-
Okay,
I can't talk
Mrs.
about it.
Rivers
I'm
is
gonna get
on
so
the
mad
li-
at me.
Mrs. Rivers is like on the list, but I would only put her above Dr. Hoffman. I'll be honest.
Really?
That's just me.
Oh, that's good.
She seems like a very nice woman.
Yeah,
Sriracha
she
wants
seems
to have sex
respectful.
with her. Yeah, Sriracha
Don't
wants to bed-
say that.
he wants to bed her. He wants to bed her right away.
He wants to better and wetter.
Yeah.
You can't say that. Are you kidding? That's way worse than I said.
Bed and wed, not wet.
Yeah.
Oh, they said wet. Oh, you wet her to get married.
Yes, dude.
No, I'm gonna Ben
They
Shapiro,
said wet
dude.
her. Like you wanted to get her wet.
I'm sorry. What the fuck is happening?
We're talking about we're talking about having sex with you, Ronan. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah,
Again?
we want
Yeah.
Again.
Ronan, which male character is most attractive in the Adam Hendrickson show?
Well, Ronan, you're gay.
I
So
feel
you
Say
like
Adam,
I'm
say
legally
Adam,
allowed to
say
answer
Adam,
that question
say
because
Adam,
they're high
say Adam.
schoolers.
Okay,
That's
but
cool.
hypothetically,
Well, no, you're
Okay,
right.
age him up. Age him up.
Yeah.
If you say
They
Adam,
won't
Adam
look
is gonna
much
leave the
different
call.
when they're older.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I'm not gonna answer this without my lawyer.
How old is the
Yeah, that's
storyteller?
is
How
the
old is
storyteller
the
legal, bro?
Oh, dude, the storyteller's
cartoon
definitely like a 40-year-old man, and he's like stalking this child. So yeah, he's definitely legal.
Wait, I was
Storyteller,
Adam.
you can get away with a lot with him, I think,
Oh,
because he doesn't
God.
really have an age, right?
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah,
like
he
he's kind
just
of like
thinks age is just a
perma his
number.
age.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Ronan, you're
He's
the
like-
only like gay person we have on, so you're the only one that can like rate the dudes. We can't legally do it because that would be like
Legally?
yeah, legally we're not
What
allowed
are you
to.
talking
You're
about?
allowed to
legally do it.
Just because you're gay, because you actually like dudes, and we
But
don't.
you're
so,
gay.
Yeah, I mean we don't know that. That's your theory.
No, to be fair.
That's the Adam Hendrickson
That's
theory.
your
theory.
theory. What?
That's why
This is
Adam
SBC
Hendrickson's
theory.
our fan theory.
Is that Ding Dong 53 is gay?
That's gonna happen
You're-
in episode 5.
You're the one that.
Yeah,
I want to get
He's
everyone
gay.
listening to go comment on Adam Hendrickson's videos. Ding Dong Fan 50's video is gay.
Ronan,
You know
like,
But no, not in like a hateful way. Just like a genuine, just informative. Like not like derogatory. Just like say that he is a
Hey,
homosexual.
cats.
yeah.
You're dank.
Dude,
He's
I'm a
a
freaking
dank memer.
I'm a bank beamer, dude.
If anyone comments, Ding Dong, like in an informative way, like you said, if someone comments, Ding Dong Fan 53 is a homosexual person, I'll reply and I'll even pin that comment and I'll say, this is canon to the Adam Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Oh.
The SBC podcast is canon in universe. It's just it's happening at a different school.
Ronan's theory is that I'm just hiding in the closet waiting. That's his theory. It's
Yeah,
always
waiting
Today is
Pounds,
National
bro.
Coming Out Day.
I have no comment.
because you know it's
You have no cum.
Yeah, LOL. Used to
You.
come.
How long have we been recording for?
Jesus Christ, I'm not sure.
We've
Sorry, I
been
can't
recording
start it at
for
around-
1 minute and or 1 minute. We would
This one went by pretty fast.
recording for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, it feels good to actually
I
record
think we
like
wrap up soon.
a truly fun podcast. Yeah, I think.
I think it's been very informative and very productive.
Yeah.
How was your time been, Adam? I know we came on here and we started off talking about the show, and then we rambled on to fucking your characters. But like, where would you? How good would you?
Okay, to be fair, if you didn't see that coming, that's on you, bro.
Hey, like I said, it's part of making a show. You can't stop people from, saying or doing those things. So I'm just gonna let them do it.
I'm flexing
been
my
fun.
First Amendment right here.
I even liked the parts where I wasn't saying anything and I was just listening to you guys talk because you guys are pretty funny.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
We're
you.
getting you
That
on
made-
another
That
episode
made
for
me
saying
smile.
that.
That put a big smile on my face when you said that.
Now that I got Adam Henderson to say that I'm funny, nothing else matters. Like that, that's my end goal right there.
I think
Yeah.
Adam's actually convinced me to start production on my show, The Based Squad.
Yo.
I think
The
Adam
bass?
Hendrickson actually just like he made me start my new show, the Adam Hendrickson Show. Like I think.
All right.
Oh my God, Adam.
Adam Hendricks.
I think I have
Adam.
some good news, guys. I think I've gotten the motivation to start work on the 7-hour album background noise for the SBC podcast Volume 2.
Yes.
Yes. Adam,
Yes, that's
wait,
bass,
hold
bro.
on, hold on.
Adam,
hold on,
you
Adam.
need to have if there's ever an evil version of Adam, you need to name him Badam. Like that.
Adam.
That's
man.
basically required.
Originally, that's sort of what the storyteller was originally supposed to be, was sort of an evil version of Adam, but that's
He really
like,
is
that
the
has
bad
as
ending.
much that has as much credibility, I guess is the word I'm looking for, as the theory that like Homer Simpson is Krusty the Clown. Like that's just sort of where it came from, that the storyteller would be this anti-Adam, but that's not true at all.
I would
Adam
say,
is the
Adam,
real-
out of anybody that we've had
real
on the
anti-Adam.
podcast, out of anyone we've had on the podcast, you're definitely one of the most creative minds we've had. And that was part of the reason I wanted you on, is because, like, I just, like, there's something amazing about somebody, like, going after what they want, and it's just kind of you on your own type thing, where you're just doing something you've always wanted to do. It's inspiring. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Well, I always told myself that I could never do it, and then the second that I told myself that I could, I started doing it. So there's a lot
And,
of
like,
people out there who say they can never do it.
But it shows that anyone can. And two things on my mind. One is, Adam, like, comparing your shows, and I hate to compare, but like to the other things that we've seen, like independent animation, like it's up there. Like not only concept wise, but just like how you come against it. Like
And
it's
passion-wise, I
seriously
think
mind-blowing.
too.
Exactly, passion. Like we've seen stuff that's like zero passion. It's just like for like kind of, I hate to say, but money. But like
Money.
money.
Yeah, he needs
one
enough
meal.
rupees.
money.
Especially for someone who's self-taught. I'm sorry. I keep talking. My drawing
Get
pad
outta
was
here.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Get out!
How dare you!
But
Go
like,
ahead.
for
My other
for
thing-
some
Oh,
for
no.
someone who is like self-taught, and you said earlier that you don't really consider yourself like much of an animator and more as like a composer, like your animation, like it's very good. Like especially, I remember the one scene that really got me was like the scene where the storyteller's like jumping around the auditorium. I was like, that's like good. That's like fluid, you know. He's like moving around there. It's not just like
It's hard to green screen too. I remember Goog, I think it was Goog was trying to green screen it, and he couldn't
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Adam,
Oh, you
get
guys-
ready for the
you-
memes we're gonna make.
You guys just ask me for the animation assets. Like I'm not the. I feel like there's so many people out there with projects that hold it so tight to them. Like no, if you guys want something to like take what I've made and make something else out of it, like ask me what you need.
That's
like, I'll
probably
give
a
it to you.
scary invitation to put out
Also-
there.
Adam.
Oh, I know it is. Yeah.
Adam, this is very risky, but I wanted to ask you a genuine question that I think I want to also have Roast put in on this, because Roast, when we first made the SBC, he made a theme song for the SBC.
Yeah, I'm the signature SBC music guy.
So we made sheet music for it, for the keyboard.
Mhm.
I was wondering if it would be possible for you to cover it
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, of course.
and then like add your own flair to it, and then if we could like
I'm gonna send you that right now.
yeah,
by
if,
the
Yeah.
way.
wait, what if he plays wait, are you near your keyboard?
I have been waiting for you to ask me that. Yes, I got
No!
my keyboard right here.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's
sick.
awesome.
I'm gonna
Oh my
die.
God.
I'm actually gonna
Oh.
die. Okay,
Hold on,
wait,
hold on.
Roast, do you
Let
have
me
it on
find
hand?
it. Let me find it.
I'm not the best at sight reading, but it
That's
depends
all
on
good.
how difficult we're talking about.
Oh my
It's-
god.
it's semi-simple.
It's in a video, dude.
Oh, it is.
I don't have the whole thing.
No. Wait, do you think
No, I could have
what's-
sworn I printed it out. Because Nick Simcho sent it to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask
Nick
yeah.
Simcho. Okay, because Nick
Here,
Simcho
let me find
sent
it, let me
to
find
me but it's a video file because we were working on a full arrangement. Spoilers, that's coming up. But yeah. Adam, if anything, like especially with the bass line, because I did not originally write a bass line for it. It's just a like individual guitar piece. Because that's all I had to work with back when I recorded it. But yeah, so some of it might be sounding kind of weird because it might not be the version that we, ended up with.
Well, that's okay. As long as I have the most, current version. But seriously, like, don't worry about asking me to, like, do a cover or do anything with music. Because when it comes to music, it's just fun. Like, I don't even... Well, I can play chords.
I sent it into the.
Oh, it's not the full thing. Hold on, let me see.
I
if
feel
I
bad
have
because we're making Adam do all this stuff for us because we're so starstruck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited for our intro. When Elliot does our intro, that's what I'll be fully.
Ronan, that's not the game. That's not the sheet music. You little dirty liar.
What did he say?
Anti-FJW video title generator. It's my new favorite
I
site.
love. That sounds funny though.
You can literally look at it. You can look at it for 3 hours and it doesn't get like less funny.
Really?
Yeah, that's-
Liberal
That's
Ronan
not
gets roasted
funny!
and attacked with logic and
That's-
facts.
Okay, I
That's-
think how long have we been recording for? Like almost an hour, 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't
Yeah.
been recording that whole time.
Yeah,
talked.
we're at an hour and 27 minutes.
I
Okay,
think
so
it's
I
probably
think-
a good time to wrap it up now.
I think to send us off, because Roast, you just sent the video, right?
Yeah, I sent the thing that me. and
Adam,
Nick were
I'm
working
like,
on.
I'm genuinely starstruck, but like, if you could play us, like, it can be as shoddy as possible, but like, I
Yeah,
will
I'm not
die.
gonna be offended if you
Yeah, if
can't
you don't, if
sight
you aren't
read
able to,
my
if you don't want
music.
to, like, I totally understand.
Well, I'll give it a shot. I'm mainly going to be going off the chords and what I see, but I'll see what I can do. I haven't sight read since I was in school, but I can see that.
Okay.
That's right, right?
Yeah,
That's right, that's right.
That's right. I'm at the edge of my seat right now.
Baba Booey.
Papa Booey? Is that a part of the song?
That's
no.
the
Yeah,
lyric.
Papa Tui.
While
Oh,
Adam's
crap,
trying
I
to
got
figure this out, that's gonna do it probably for this episode of the SBC podcast. So I want to just thank Adam so many times.
You're very welcome.
Yeah,
You're
for
very
coming
welcome.
on.
Dude,
I had
thanks for coming
so
on, dude.
much
I had a
fun.
blast.
Yeah.
This is probably like the funnest I've had recording an episode. Not to diss the other ones, but this is like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
like
Fuck you, episode 2.
episode 2,
Dude.
more like episode dumb.
You could have said episode poo, but you didn't.
You can't say that.
Yeah. So.
Lemon water, more like
Stop. Cat, stop.
Yeah. So, if we want to reintroduce everyone,
I'm Cat's Cat on Instagram.
Hi, I'm
And-
Ding Dong Fan 53, and I just lost a really good match of Street Fighter 5. I was doing phenomenal, and I lost.
It was
No.
me. I beat him.
I'm Adam.
You beat
I'm
me
the
one-
Adam Hendrickson Show.
yeah. So
Sorry.
go follow the Adam Hendrickson
Go-
Show if you
If
Sorry,
aren't
you
already.
aren't, if you haven't watched or you aren't following the Adam Hendrickson Show, you will now. Do it now, please.
Yeah.
Do
Like-
it now, and we're gonna link your Patreon and your YouTube and stuff for you.
Yeah,
Of course.
just go give this guy so much support. He is the best guest we've ever had. He is so, yeah, just he's amazing, and
And
We love
please
to
go
see
donate to his Patreon. We need to see more of this show.
Please.
yeah.
It's phenomenal.
You guys
Yeah.
are so nice.
No problem, man.
You were
Like-
so nice.
This went way better than I thought it was, to be honest.
Yeah. All right.
So here,
Yeah, I thought.
do you have
I
a pretty
thought
good
you guys
idea
were
on
gonna
it?
be boring. Just kidding.
Oh,
Not
you
that.
my dog.
Burn.
Did I play the theme correctly?
Let's hear it again.
I can't really
Wait, Adam,
hear
if
it.
you
I
could turn
can't.
up
Too
the-
quiet.
If you
Yeah,
could like
you
turn
need
up
to-
the
Really?
sensitivity on your like, cause are you on your phone or your computer?
I'm using
This
my
guy just beat
AirPods.
me.
Oh, your
You guys-
AirPods.
Can you hear that?
A little bit.
Maybe if you turn up your sensitivity on like Discord.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, really?
Oh, there.
I can
kinda
hear it
hear
now.
I'll just play it loud as hell.
And then yeah.
Does that sound familiar? Like, am I? on the
Yes,
right
that's
track?
like
Yeah.
that's
It
it.
sounds. On my end. It's lagging a lot, but I can hear bits and pieces of
Mhm.
it. Yeah, that's making me grin a big
Yeah.
healthy
Oh,
grin right now.
So this is the final version. This is what you guys talked about, right?
It's the final arrangement. It probably because when I record it, it's like if you ever played because what it is, it's a jazz arrangement. So it's like if you're reading from like a real book or something. I'll probably embellish it a little more when I play it, but that's just like the playing it straight version. And there will be drums too. I'll find
Mhm.
someone to play drums so that I can record, or I'll use like Ableton drums or something. But yeah, that's pretty much the vinyl version.
No, it's pretty cool. I can definitely see myself working with this. See what to do.
That makes
awesome.
my
Dude,
heart
honestly,
real
I'm
warm.
down with an episode 2 of the Adam Hendrickson podcast.
The Adam
Dude,
Hendrickson podcast. Yeah.
We'll make a
I'd
spin-off.
love that.
And we'll
I'd
have the
love that so
storyteller
much.
on the next episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would
Yeah.
be great.
There you go.
So yeah. With that, I mean,
Yeah.
I think-
What more is there to say?
what more is there to say? Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you once again, Adam, for coming on. You've been
You're
such a great
welcome.
guest.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone listening. Go watch the Adam Hendrickson Show.
Go
If
watch
you're
the
watching the
listen.
SBC
You
podcast,
better
you're
watch
definitely
the
cool
you
enough to watch it.
Go watch it. If
better
you're
watch
not a
the Adam
fan yet,
Hendrickson
you're
Show.
gonna be.
We're out.
Yeah.
If you're not watching the Adam Hendrickson Show,
You'll turn into a Goomba.
All right. All right. Good night, everybody.
This was
Nice.
the show.
It's a story my design.
Shit.